Ghana has made $13 billion from Detty December since 2019. This figure is the total of tourism revenue that was generated in the country from 6 million people visiting the country in the month of December every single year since 2019 to 2024. So yes, tourism is a big industry in Ghana. That is why I am appalled at the government of Ghana's lack of enthusiasm towards Detty December. I will break all this down for you today on Africapitalism. Africapitalism is my weekly analysis of Africans getting to the bag. My name is Rebi Tony. I'm a Ghanaian writer who lives in the US. On this channel, I have intellectual conversations about Africa's geopolitics and our economy. So if that's something you are into, subscribe to this channel. Yeah, I know you're intellectual, so you do that. Now let's get right into it. I said Ghana has made $13 billion from the tourism industry since 2019. Let me break it down for you by year. In 2019, about $2.8 billion was considered a tourism receipt that came into the country in December 2019. In 2020, there was a target. Ghana was targeting 3 billion. We couldn't hit it because of COVID. And then in 2021, there is still no figures for 2021 because we were recovering from COVID. But 2021, I believe, is important because that was the year Detty December became a thing. The whole world was closed down, but Ghana decided to still have our Detty December thing. And about 600,000 people came to Ghana in 2021. The dollar figure is not included in 20. So this 13 billion I'm telling you does not include 2021. You understand that? So in 2022, then 900,000 people came, and then the figure was 2.5 billion. In 2023, we hit our 3 billion. And then in 2024, the number went up to $4.8 billion in 2024 alone. And the most important thing about 2024 is 2024 was the year the government of Ghana recognized that tourism was a huge forest earner for Ghana. So the government of Ghana supported Detty December by making Ghana visa-free in 2024. 2023 was also visa-free, but 2024, it was a big thing, the way government made the visa-free thing, around the world. So many people came to Ghana and spent almost $5 billion in which industries are considered tourism, hotel and accommodation, food and dining. Hotel and accommodation made up about 40% of the tourism spent. Food and dining made up about 20%. Entertainment and events made up 15 to 20%. Air and travel made up about 10 to 15%. And retail and fashion made up 10 to 50 to 20%. So basically, these various industries that are considered tourism were the one that are accounted for under the $13 billion. So everything else, maybe you came to Ghana, you met somebody and started wanting to do business with them in Ghana. That is not included in the 13 billion. But we know that the ripple effect of Detty December was people moving to Ghana and living in Ghana permanently. Those numbers you cannot quantify under this, but it happens. Why am I bringing this up today? The government of Ghana has announced that it is making visa-free people who are coming to Ghana for their diaspora summit in December 2025. This is a departure from Ghana's visa-free in December that has been the government policy in 2023 and 2024. Why is this a bad thing? Tourism is a $1 trillion industry in the world. $11 trillion is spent on tourism in the world, on just tourism. That means 10% of global GDP is spent on just having fun. Let me break this down for you in something you can understand. 1 out of every 10 Ghana cedi spent in the world is spent just for people chilling. So the government of Ghana saying that it wants Detty December to not be just about having fun, but about business is a misunderstanding of the business of tourism. Tourism is a business. 10% of global GDP is tourism. So having fun is the business. So you can't say you want to make Detty December about business and not having fun, because if you do that, you don't know entertainment. If you do that, you don't know tourism. If you do that, you don't know business. Because there is a reason why we call entertainment industry the show business, show biz, the business of show. People want to have a good time. Nobody is happy with their lives. And so entertainment provides an avenue for people to have a good time. That is why people spend money on entertainment. So government needs to understand this. And I'm saying this because I remember earlier this year, the Speaker of Parliament of Ghana said he doesn't like the term Detty December because it portrays a negative image of the country abroad. And people were angry at him because of the fact that the Speaker of Parliament of Ghana got married to his wife's sister. So he has two wives, both of who are related. And so people made it a morality issue. I don't care about morality, really. My issue is about business. Tourism is big business. So when the business or the Speaker of Parliament made a conversation about morality, he was missing the fact that Ghana is becoming a tourism destination, and with association of tourism is fun, entertainment, and chilling. But I also understood where the Speaker of Parliament is coming from, not from a morality perspective, from a culture perspective. Ghanaian older men in particular, it is something that is specific with Ghanaian older men. They see fun as something that is not worthwhile. They see that anything you are doing should have a utility, right? So if you are doing something and they cannot see the utility of what you are doing, it is immoral to them. So, tourism being people paying money to have fun is immoral to an older Ghanaian man because they don't see the utility of it. But in economies where people see the utility of tourism, they ensure that tourism is seen as the business with the fun being the utility. I'll give you an example. The number one tourism destination in Africa is Morocco. Morocco is a majority Muslim country. Every majority Muslim country in the world doesn't sell alcohol. Morocco sells alcohol. If you go to most coffee shops or tea shops in Morocco, under the tea shops are alcohol shops. And the government of Morocco is aware. Google and see how much of Morocco's import is alcohol. Which means the government of Morocco knows that people are importing alcohol to Morocco. And the government allows it. Why? It is part of the things that make Morocco the number one tourism destination in Africa. So if government of Ghana wants Ghana to be the number one tourism destination in Africa, we need to stop looking at Detty December as something that is in contention with our country's purpose of making money. Detty December is a money maker for Ghana. Like I said, $13 billion was spent in the month of December for tourism in the last 5 years that Detty December have been in existence. And let me even take this further and add some other angles to it. Ghana is a poor country. And as a poor country, we need to grow. If you know law or trade or business or any of these related matters, you know something called TRIPS, trade-related aspects of intellectual property. TRIPS is supposed to be a good thing that gives African countries the chance to be able to export agriculture to the rest of the world, raw material. That's why Ghana generally still exports raw material to the rest of the world. One disadvantage of TRIP is Ghana does not get to be like a tech powerhouse in the world. Because the rest of the world who invest in tech don't look at Ghana as a tech hub. I'm not making all this up. Look at the numbers. Look at Google Trips, what it means and all that. You understand where I'm coming from. And so our competitive advantage over the years have been agriculture. But we are moving away from agriculture because, according to the Ghana Statistical Service and the World Bank, Ghana's GDP growth this year, that the government of Ghana is taking credit for, comes from the service industry. That means from tech and tourism. Yeah. So the government of Ghana is taking credit that, yeah, we've been able to put in policies to grow the economy of Ghana. Government of Ghana have not been in office for up to a year. Mahama and the Minister of Finance did not grow Ghana's economy in 2025. The private sector grew Ghana's economy in 2025. And according to the World Bank, the growth came from tech and tourism-based entrepreneurship. So Ghanaians have noticed that Detty December is making money for Ghana. So a lot of Ghanaian young men and women are going into that sector. And so we are making money off that sector. That is why the government of Ghana need to step in line. How does the government of Ghana step in line? I believe that the former administration had a good thing going with the visa on arrival thing that they put in place in 2023 and 2024. Because in 2022, they noticed that our money is going down because 30 December was huge for us. We need to do something to bring the money up. So by not getting in line, the Mahama administration is risking making Ghana unattractive to people who want to come and have fun. There are so many reasons why December is important. Detty December is important. One of the reasons is this. The weather in Ghana is good in December as compared to the rest of the world. If you watch my videos, you know that anytime I'm talking, I touch my nose a lot because it's so cold, I'm having allergies. In Ghana, that is not the case. So people who want to have a good time, like good weather, will go to Ghana in December. Ghana is far from the countries where people spend money on tourism. When I say the countries, Americans spend money on tourism than any other country. And Ghana is like 11-hour flight from America, which is far. So you want to make your country attractive. There are people who live in the US who don't want to go to Jamaica, which is like a few hours flight from here and come to all the way to Africa. So you have to entice them. That is why the visa on arrival thing is important. It's an enticement. And when they come to your country, they spend money and keep your economy afloat. You understand that? I wanted to highlight that. I probably will make another video in future to break this down. I have something doing. It's 9:11 a.m. But I thought that it's important to explain why entertainment is not just about people clowning themselves. Entertainment is about people making money. Think about this. The US. I wanted to go back to the tourism thing, the tech thing I said. The US, right, is known for entertainment around the world. The US biggest export to the rest of the world is culture. Hollywood, music, and all that. All this, majority of it happens in California and Los Angeles, right? But San Francisco houses Silicon Valley, the tech industry. Billions of dollars is made in San Francisco. Why is San Francisco close to Los Angeles? Because the state of Los Angeles thought that, you know what, we need more hustlers, people who want to do stuff to move to Los Angeles, to move to the state of California. So they used entertainment as a hook to get people there. And when the people got there, the people who are smart started wanting to do tech-related stuff. And that is where Silicon Valley was born out of. So yes, Silicon Savannah is in Kenya. Kenya is becoming one of the tech hubs in Africa because Kenya is a tourism destination. Get people to your country first. It doesn't matter how many years it takes for you to get to the point where your country is moving beyond just tourism. But get people to your country first. Dubai, the same thing. Dubai used tourism to attract people, and now Dubai is the world's marketing hub. People buy gold and oil in Dubai. Dubai don't even mine oil and gold. And Dubai's oil that is trade to the world is very small. Dubai is known to be an oil producer, but the amount of oil that Dubai exports to the rest of the world is less than the amount of oil that is way more than the amount of oil that is dug in Dubai. Because Dubai understood that you can use tourism to hook people and then take advantage of that to build a business. That's what the government of Ghana should be focusing on. Don't compete with Detty December. See Detty December as an opportunity to make money for your government. Just let Detty December be, leave it, and think about Detty December is there, it is working. What can we do to make money in addition to it? So the diaspora summit that the government is saying that people would be given free visa to do, this was going to happen. Everybody who is going to come to Ghana in December will say that they are coming to Ghana for the diaspora summit because it's visa free. And the government of Ghana is going to tell us that 1 million people came to Ghana for the diaspora summit. And you see only 10,000 people in the summit. Because the government of Ghana was not smart enough to make the whole December visa free like the previous administration did. So you are going to make people lie to you that they are coming to your summit and not show up to your summit. Why do you want that? Why? What would you get from that? Eh? The day an African leader will do something that will make me go to bed thanking God that we have a good leader, I'll boil chile. Maybe chile, I'll pour powder on myself and walk through the streets naked. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you like intellectual conversation about things like this. I don't just talk about stuff. I like to break it down intellectually. And also let me know in the comments, am I bagging or is the Mahama administration bagging? Please, I really like to know. I'm not infinite when it comes to wisdom. I just have some thoughts. So let me know your thoughts